Hello friends, it's Caballero from Gamereactor Spain, and I would love to share with you my personal top 5 games of 2016. I have to underline this is a personal choice. It has nothing to do with the awards we're giving out at the local Gamereactor sites. So this is just the gaming experiences I've enjoyed the most for the last 12 months. Let's take a look. In 5th place I have Doom. Well, I know it's nothing really new by any means, but you know, this year, 2016, year of the shooter, we've had something really good, such as Overwatch, some great shooters, such as Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, the new Battlefield 1, and Titanfall 2. They were all awesome, but the thing is, the way id Software and Bethesda brought back the feeling of the original Doom, but with a modern setting and this crazy fast response, the pacing, even the art style, the gore, the way the campaign, developed, and you felt something really fresh and different, even if it was a classic and nothing like a modern shooter. So I really enjoyed it. It was a really nice surprise to me. And then you had all this map stuff and the way the users used Bethesda's tool for the game to be broader, expanded, and it was such a surprising and crazy experience that to me it was the shooter of the year, and in this year, which has been full of great shooters, I think that's a complete achievement. 4th place I have Inside. Well, Playdead's game might very well be game of the year for many of you. The funny thing is I actually completed this game a week ago, something like that. So it might have something to do with this, but the thing is I have it so fresh and I'm still so impressed by the ending and the whole experience. I mean, it's just about 3-4 hours, I think, or even 5 hours, but the way it tells you the story, the narrative itself, it goes way beyond than what Limbo, a previous game by the same studio, did back in the day. So to me it's even more impressive than Limbo, and the way it shows you the platforming, the mechanics and the puzzles without recycling, without using ideas more than once. I mean, it shows you can do this now, and then you get this power or this kind of mechanic, but you're using that to the point, to the perfect point every single time. And of course, they go beyond in terms of narrative. They tell you it's creepy as well as Limbo, but the thing is, it makes you reflect a lot more, and it's just such a special experience, and I mean, so affordable experience, and you cannot get more value for that money this year. 3rd place, Dishonored 2. Well, Dishonored, the first one, the original game, was my game of the year back then, and even if this could very well be your game of the year 2016, Dishonored 2, the thing is, to me, it lacks the impact or the surprise we all were impressed by back then. But of course, this is such a great game. It's so unique, and it really manages to build on the premise of the first one. It adds more variety. You can now, and you just, it's not that you can, but you will be eager to replay the full game with the character you didn't choose in the first place. So if you played with Corvo, you will be eager to play it once again with Emily this time. So it's bigger, it's better, the art is amazing. I think it's much more beautiful and varied, and it stimulates you in several different ways. And then of course the mechanics, the way you can approach every single situation, that's the spirit of Dishonored. And in this case, in this second game, it goes to new heights, and of course it's one of the experiences of the year. Okay, don't be scared. This is my petrol head mask, and I used to tell you my second best game of the year personally, which is Forza Horizon 3. So even if this year we had really amazing racers, even with the launch of Dirt Rally on consoles, which is probably the best simulator you have out there, and of course Assetto Corsa on consoles as well. So even with those two great racing sims, my choice is Forza Horizon 3 once again. Forza Horizon 2 was my game of the year 2 years ago, my personal one of course. And when I first started reviewing this game, I thought it was just more of the same, different setting, but more of the same experience. But with time, by pouring hours and hours into it, I've noticed it's much more. The variety of the world, the kind of racing situations you can have, the fun you can have, the crazy stunts, the crazy combos. The progression system is much better, the multiplayer is much better, and so it's just, to me, it's the best racing game there is right now. So even if you like simulators or you like arcade experiences more, this game, there's nothing like this, and the amount of different situations and things you can experience, both with a controller in hand, which is, I think, the best implementation of a controller in a racing game, or with a racing wheel, even if the game doesn't, cater for the racing wheel users. I would have loved them to put more care and detail into the feedback for the racing wheel. But even with that, the kind of experiences you can have in Australia are just crazy. The graphics are crazy for an Xbox One. The graphics on PC it means this is one of the best looking games of the year. So with all this, I'm still playing, I'm still putting more hours and hours into it. So for AAA games, this would be my game of the year by far. But there's something else for my first place. Game of the year 2016, if you ask me, that's The Witness for sure. I know this is a very personal experience, and it has to do with how you can enjoy this type of game. If you like the genre, if you can play bit by bit as I did. I've been playing The Witness since April, I think, and I completed it only last week. So I would recommend trying that, because it could be really overwhelming with all the puzzles, and it's really the scale is like a AAA game, and it's an indie game. So I would recommend trying to get it bit by bit, step by step, trying to get into the mood and into the experience. If you like puzzles, if you like science fiction, philosophy, beautiful art, the way you explore the island, the way you find a little clue on how to approach one of the puzzle types, and then you pull the rope, and then the game starts twisting the same idea, the same concept for just a single puzzle type, until your head explodes, and you try for several days to solve just one final puzzle, and then you do that once again and again, and of course having both the puzzles based on the beautiful environment in the one hand, and in the other hand puzzles based on a mechanic you have to learn how to solve. So that's why I would say this guy Jonathan Blow and his team, this guy should be renamed as Jonathan Blows Your Mind, because he really did with this game. He blew our minds, and I think it's just the most unique and mind-blowing experience of the whole year. So I've completed it after more than 400 puzzles, but it wasn't just the puzzles. It was what I learned, what I reflected on, and the moment you learn that you can go beyond the puzzles and play with the game world itself, and I won't spoil what's that. It was just even religious. So, game of the year to me. So that's it for my top 5 games of the year 2016. Of course, once again, this is my personal choice. So for the Gamereactor choice, check your local Gamereactor site. And don't forget to leave a comment below and share your thoughts, share your personal favorites, so that other Gamereactor users can compare and can enjoy different games. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year!